Hey, what's up, comic book culture? It's your boy CBM in the house and the place to be. And welcome back to my comic book channel, Indie Key Comics and Collectibles, where we collect, review, and invest in everything comic book related. And today, I've got a little bit of a different video for you. I was in the process of moving things out of my master bedroom into my childhood room to make room for more comic book related stuff into the master bedroom. My wife hates that. And I started with the closet. And I was like, if anything, the first thing I'm going to move is my t-shirt collection. And in this t-shirt collection is a lot of Dragon Ball Z, a lot of Marvel, a lot of Star Wars, a lot of horror and sci-fi related t-shirts. And it's not that I'm a vintage t-shirt collector. It's not like I go out there hunting for, vintage t-shirts and I'm going to like the Goodwills or to the thrift stores looking for t-shirts. Or it's not like I'm on eBay paying a whole bunch of money for t-shirts. I will not spend more than $100 on a t-shirt. But throughout the years, mostly from like my birthday and Christmases, I've accumulated a huge amount of comic book related t-shirts. And at this point, they're pretty vintage. I've had some of these t-shirts for about 5 to 10 years. And the collection is about 75 deep. I'm going to try to grab the whole bundle and show it to you at once. And then I'm going to go through each t-shirt individually and let you know how much I paid for them and where I got them from. Okay, so let me try to scoop all of these up. Oh, here is my t-shirt collection. It's pretty massive and pretty heavy. And while I was in the process of moving my t-shirts from the master bedroom closet into my childhood closet, I don't know how I'm going to squeeze and jam all these t-shirts into this small little closet, but I will find a way. And after going through my vintage comic book related t-shirts, I got in the mood for some shopping, and I jumped on eBay and I said, let me see if there's any cool Marvel t-shirts that I might want or need. And I typed in Marvel t-shirts and a whole bunch came up. And then I went into the settings and I set it for highest price to lowest. And boy, was I surprised on what popped up on my screen. I didn't know there was a whole vintage comic book related t-shirt movement going on. I didn't know people were collecting vintage t-shirts, especially at this kind of price. So I'm just going to go through the first 10 that I found. Here's a 1993 vintage Marvel Magneto t-shirt, $30,000. Yes, you heard me correctly. There's a Magneto t-shirt from 1993 going for $30,000. That's unbelievable. I mean, that's sounding as good of an investment as comic books are. I'm just going to go down the list. Here is a Marvel 1996 Ghost Rider t-shirt, $9,500. Here is a 1993 Spider-Man 2029 t-shirt, $8,700. Here is a vintage Wolverine, $7,000. A vintage Venom t-shirt, $7,000. A vintage Spider-Man t-shirt, $5,000. Some more Spider-Man and Venom t-shirts, $4,000. Some more Wolverine t-shirts, $3,000, $3,500. Another Ghost Rider, $3,500. The only one I really wanted was a vintage 1991 Marvel Galactus vs. Silver Surfer t-shirt. And I remember as a kid seeing this t-shirt in my local comic book store, thinking that this t-shirt was just corny looking. I didn't quite like all the bright colors on it, like the purple that it has in it. But now in 2022, looking back at this retro t-shirt, like, this is the coolest thing ever, and I want it. But I'm not going to pay $2,700, nor will I ever pay anything over maybe $200 for a t-shirt. It's a pretty cool looking t-shirt, but I wouldn't pay for it. And then that got me thinking. I started thinking, are any of my t-shirts worth anything? And again, most of these t-shirts are like 5 to 10 years old, and I don't think any of these t-shirts would be worth anything over maybe $100, $200 tops. There are a few t-shirts in this collection that I really love and I've never seen again since I bought it, and I've never seen anyone wearing them. So I would say those t-shirts that are maybe more scarce and hard to find would be worth maybe $100 to $200. But let's just jump into this video and let me show you my t-shirt collection. It's t-shirt time! I've got these t-shirts in some sort of order. They're like in color order, I guess. So we'll start off with my white tees. Here is Dragon Ball Z t-shirt. I found this t-shirt at Walmart. I think it was like maybe 10, 12 bucks. It's got a really cool back to it. Love the artwork on the back. Got another Dragon Ball Z white tee. It's a pretty cool fight scene, pretty cool action scene on it. It's got some Japanese writing on it. It's got Goku versus Vegeta, which is my favorite Super Saiyan of all time. This coming up is definitely my favorite Dragon Ball Z t-shirt of all time. It's got all my favorite characters on it. The androids, Trunks, Goku, and of course Vegeta. And I love the artwork on it. And again, I'm not exactly sure how old every single t-shirt in this collection is. Some are used, some are brand new and have never been used at all. Some of them are 2 to 3 years old. Some of them are 5 to 10 years old. I just never kept track of it really because I didn't know there was gonna be this whole like collectible vintage t-shirt movement. Or I would have, kept track of how old they were and probably would have never wore any of them. And I would have left all the tags and stickers on them. But up next is my white Marvel tees. This one I definitely picked up at Target. I still have the tag on it. I only paid $5 for it. I want to say this t-shirt is about a year or two old. I've never had a chance to wear it. You can't find it at Target anymore. This next t-shirt is definitely my favorite t-shirt of all time. It's got Silver Surfer, my favorite comic book character of all time, and Thanos on it, my favorite supervillain of all time. And of course, they're both cosmic beings. And this t-shirt, I love this so much. I did wear this t-shirt already a couple of times. I think maybe once or twice. It still has the tag inside. And I noticed on eBay, even the used t-shirts were still going for mad money. Up next is the Spider-Man t-shirt. I got this at Target again. I think it was like maybe 5 to 10 bucks. I use this t-shirt pretty often. Most of the time when I go like swimming, because I have a pair of Spider-Man swimming trunks to go with it. And I don't mind wearing the Spider-Man t-shirts because they're always printing and pumping out so many Spider-Man t-shirts. Anywhere you go, you can find a Spider-Man t-shirt. But I did notice on eBay that the Spider-Man t-shirts that were kept in really good condition or brand new, never worn, were asking a pretty hefty price. Like I said, there was some for, $2,000 to $3,000, all the way down to, $700 to $500. Up next, another t-shirt. I'm pretty sure I got this one at Target also. This is my second time purchasing this t-shirt, and the reason for that was because the first time I bought it, I washed it after I wore it, and this black ink right here completely faded and got completely dulled out, and I think the t-shirt might have even shrunk a little bit, and I was completely disappointed with it. So I said, hey, I love the artwork on it so much. Let me go get another one. And I only paid $12.99 for the white tee. Up next is, don't laugh at me, we all love Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon, it's got all the Sailor Moon characters on it. I wish Tuxedo Mask was on this t-shirt, but he's not. But I wear this t-shirt pretty often, sometimes as a sleep tee. Up next is a t-shirt that barely fits me. This t-shirt is definitely 5 to 10 years old. I bought this t-shirt when it was popular to still go to the mall and shop. And I found this t-shirt inside of a Mark Echo store. I don't know if you can see the tag. It says Mark Echo on it. There was a period in time that Mark Echo was like making Star Wars styled clothing. And he pumped out a bunch of like really, really cool Star Wars t-shirts and clothing that was based off of what Star Wars characters wore in the movie. I wish I would have bought some of the jackets and hoodies that were in that clothing line, but I didn't. I live in Orlando, so there's no reason or no need for hoodies and jackets, and I only picked up the t-shirts. I wish I would have picked up more from that Mark Echo clothing line. Up next is another t-shirt. My sister got me this for Christmas. I think it came from a store called Glow. They're pretty popular in New York City, and I think we might have one down here in Orlando. But this t-shirt hasn't been in the stores for like, I want to say a good 2 years, maybe 3. It's got some Japanese writing on it. It's pretty cool. This is definitely a t-shirt I found in Walmart. I just like it because, you know, it's Star Wars. It's got a TIE fighter on it. It's got that vintage look to it. And I always need some red t-shirts to go with most of my Jordan sneaker collection. Up next is a Transformer t-shirt. Pretty sure I found this one at Walmart or Target. I really like it because it's got all the characters from Generation 1. And it's got some of my favorite characters. Optimus Prime, Jazz, Bumblebee, Rodimus, Grimlock. I try to keep this t-shirt in good condition, as good as possible, but this is another t-shirt that has like 5+ years on it. And here's another t-shirt. Pretty sure I got this at Walmart also. There was a while that they were actually, you know, pumping out some really, really good t-shirts, like 80s cartoon type of stuff. But I love He-Man. Nothing too special. I gotta get more He-Man stuff in my collection. Here's a t-shirt that I think I got it from Target, or I might have gotten it for Christmas, I believe. And I don't know why, but this t-shirt has been able to stand the test of time. I don't know if it's the material it's made from, or like the kind of graphics that it was printed with, like the material. But it has really stood the test of time. And I've had this t-shirt. This is another t-shirt that I've had for like 5+ years. I've been abusing this t-shirt forever. I've worn it to bed. I've worn it to the swimming pool. You know, I've worn it to match my sneakers. I've worn this t-shirt a bunch of times. The color never fades, and to this day, to me, it still looks brand new, and it fits really good. This is a really cool shirt. I believe I found this at Hot Topic, but it's got the movie poster for Star Wars, but from Japan. So this is what the poster for Star Wars, the movie, looked like when it came out in Japan with the Japanese writing. So I think that's really cool. I'm not sure what episode this poster is supposed to be for, but I think it's pretty cool that it got printed onto a t-shirt with the Japanese writing, and it kind of gives you an idea of what the old vintage poster looked like when this movie was released in Japan. Pretty awesome. It's got a real vintage look to it. Here's another t-shirt. I believe my sister got me this one. It's got C-3PO in it. I believe this also came from Glow, but it's not one of my favorites. It's probably one of my least favorites. And the reason for that, I just don't think C-3PO, who's a gold figure, should have been printed on a baby blue t-shirt or neon blue t-shirt. I think maybe he would have been better off on a black tee or a white tee in gold, metallic gold. That would have been really good. So I think it was kind of odd that they printed him on a blue t-shirt. Here's another one of my favorites. This really got a vintage look to it. I'm pretty sure this also came from Target or Walmart. And I don't think I paid any more than $8 for it. And I really abused the crap out of this shirt because I love Captain America. And it really has a good vintage look to it. And it really goes good with like a pair of like dark blue jeans. But I love this t-shirt. I still wear it to this day on special occasions like 4th of July. But I don't wear it too much. I'm trying to give this t-shirt a break. It's getting kind of faded and worn out, and I don't want it to get any more faded or worn out. Up next is another Dragon Ball Z t-shirt. I have a lot of Dragon Ball Z t-shirts in my collection. This one, I would say, another one of my least favorites, because I don't like this color blue that it was printed on, and I don't like the colors that the graphics used. But I got it as a gift, and I'm sure it was only like $8 or $10, and they didn't have to spend too much money on it. Up next is another Dragon Ball Z t-shirt, but this one is one of my favorites, and I wear it a lot, maybe a little too much. I think it might have shrunk on me, and it might fit a little too snug. But I love the artwork on it, father and son, Goku and Gohan. And I just love the color blue, and then that orange really pops on this color blue. And I always think that these Dragon Ball Z t-shirts should always be made in white or blue, because then they're like orange, like, you know, Super Saiyan outfit really pops out. And the worst Dragon Ball Z in yellow and red always pops out really good on a white or blue tee. Yeah, but that one's also my top 10, I would say. This one is also in my top 10, and it's a Marvel Spider-Man t-shirt. I believe you could find this one at Walmart. I don't think I paid any more than $10 for it. I just love the way it said Spider-Man, all like retro and old school. And then you got Spidey right in the middle, hanging down. Another one of my top 10s.